Welcome to Storybook's synopsis of the movie Tangled.
Rapunzel's Magical Adventure, a story of sunshine, towers, and flying lanterns. Once upon a time, far away in a beautiful kingdom, something truly magical happened. A single drop of sunlight fell from the sky and landed on the earth. From that drop, a glowing golden flower bloomed. And this wasn't just any flower. It had the power to heal and keep people young forever. A woman named Mother Got Hell found the magical flower, and, to keep it all for herself, she hid it deep in the forest. Whenever she sang a special song to the flower, it would shimmer and shine, and she would become young again. But one day, the queen of the kingdom of Corona became very ill while she was going to have a baby. The king searched far and wide for something that could heal her. His knights finally found the golden flower because Gothel didn't hide it well enough in her rush to escape, and they used it to make a healing drink for the queen. It worked. She was healed, and soon, a beautiful baby girl with glowing golden hair was born. Her name was Rapunzel. To celebrate her birth, the kingdom lit a special sky lantern and sent it floating high into the night, the first of many to come every year on her birthday. The king and queen gave baby Rapunzel a beautiful golden tiara and decorated the kingdom with a golden sun, the symbol of their beloved daughter. But Mother Gothel discovered that Rapunzel's hair now held the magic of the flower. When she tried to cut a piece, it turned brown and lost its power. So Gothel did something terrible. She kidnapped the baby princess and took her far away to a hidden tower in the forest. She raised Rapunzel there, pretending to be her real mother and telling her the outside world was far too dangerous to explore. Years passed, and Rapunzel grew into a kind, curious girl with incredibly long magical hair. She loved to paint the walls of her tower, read books, and take care of her pet chameleon, Pascal. But every year on her birthday, something magical happened. Thousands of glowing lanterns filled the sky, and Rapunzel couldn't help but wonder, were they meant for her? When Rapunzel turned 18, she finally got the courage to ask Gothel if she could leave the tower just once to see the floating lights in person. But Gothel refused and told her the world was full of danger. So instead, Rapunzel asked for special paint made from seashells, which would take 3 days to collect. Gothel agreed and left the tower. Meanwhile, a dashing rogue named Flynn had stolen a crown from the palace, the very one that belonged to baby Rapunzel. He was being chased by the royal guards and a determined horse named Maximus. Flynn ditched his 2 partners, the Stabbington brothers, and stumbled upon Rapunzel's tower while hiding. Thinking it was a perfect place to hide, he climbed up and wham! Rapunzel knocked him out cold with a frying pan. She tied him up with her hair, hid him in a closet, and made him a deal. If he took her to see the lights, she'd give him back the crown. Flynn wasn't thrilled, but he agreed. And just like that, Rapunzel stepped outside her tower for the very first time. She was amazed by everything: the grass, the birds, the breeze. One minute she was twirling and dancing, and the next, she worried about what Gothel would say. But Flynn kept going, and together, they began a journey full of excitement, danger, and discovery. Flynn took Rapunzel to a rickety tavern called the Snuggly Duckling, hoping to scare her into going back to the tower. But Rapunzel surprised everyone by befriending the rough and tough thugs there, and helped them see that even big, scary guys have dreams too. Gothel, who had come back early and discovered Rapunzel missing, teamed up with the Stabbington brothers to get her back and get revenge on Flynn. They all spied on Rapunzel and Flynn through a window at the tavern. Meanwhile, palace guards stormed the inn, and Rapunzel and Flynn escaped through a secret tunnel, thanks to their new thug friends. Their adventure took them through forests, over hills, and eventually into a canyon where a dam broke and caused a flood. Trapped in a cave, Rapunzel revealed that her hair glows when she sings, and the glowing helped them find a way out. Afterward, Rapunzel used her magical hair to heal Flynn's injured hand. It was then that they started to trust each other. Flynn even told her his real name, Eugene Fitzherbert. They started to care deeply for one another, but Gothel was watching. She tried to scare Rapunzel by planting doubts, telling her that Eugene only wanted the crown. Then, she secretly gave the tiara back to Rapunzel, hoping it would ruin their friendship. But the next day, Rapunzel and Eugene visited the kingdom. They danced at a festival, enjoyed sweet treats, and Rapunzel felt something very special, a connection to the place, as if she belonged. That night, they floated on a boat and watched the sky fill with glowing lanterns. It was magical. Eugene gave up the crown and almost kissed her, but the Stabbington brothers appeared. They tricked Rapunzel, tied Eugene to a boat, and made it look like he was sailing away with the crown. Rapunzel was heartbroken. Gothel swooped in and pretended to save her, taking her back to the tower. But in the tower, Rapunzel remembered all the things she saw in the kingdom, especially the golden sun symbol, which she had painted her whole life without even realizing. It all clicked. She was a lost princess. Meanwhile, Eugene was arrested and taken back to the castle. But Maximus and the snuggly duckling thugs helped break him out. He raced back to the tower to save Rapunzel, but Gothel was waiting and stabbed him. Rapunzel begged Gothel to let her heal Eugene, promising she would never run away again. Gothel agreed, but just as Rapunzel was about to sing the healing song, Eugene cut her hair short. It turned brown and lost its magic. Gothel's youth faded instantly, and she disappeared forever. Eugene lay still, and Rapunzel cried, and from her tears, a new kind of magic appeared. Her love brought Eugene back to life. They returned to the kingdom, where Rapunzel was reunited with her real mother and father, the king and queen. The whole kingdom cheered. And Eugene? Well, he went back to being Eugene, not Flynn, and he and Rapunzel got engaged and lived happily ever after. The end, or maybe just the beginning of more adventures.
Thank you for watching Storybooks Movie Synopsis. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more movies.